What shall we do with the Flying Dutchman? What shall we do with the Flying Dutchman? What shall we do with the Flying Dutchman? I'm David Hasselhoff.
Oh no!
Hooray!
To
Come on.
Bikini Bottom.
I believe in you, Patrick.
Thanks, SpongeBob. There once was a king
He needs
who
money.
ruled the sea, and a
Oh
ghostly
my.
woman, lean and green. The magic flash and ghosts unleashed across Bikini Bottom. Soon may King Neptune come to rid the seas of pirate scum. Soon may the Dutchman come to haunt Bikini Bottom. I'm one of those magic lantern thingies. Along came a hero, pours and swear, who takes the Dutchman to his lair. King Neptune yelled, by my own beard I rule Bikini Bottom. Soon may the BFFs come to burrow, kick and jump and run.
Oh, the game looks fun.
Soon may SpongeBob come to save Bikini Bottom. What just happened?
It's our BFF rings. We can swap anytime we want. It's like a gift from the gods.
Here I go! Be wary of the Dutchman, wary of the mighty king, wary of their spouse, beware of king and ghost, be wary of the Dutchman, wary of the mighty king, wary of these old geezers. Beware of king and ghost.
I don't know about David Hasselhoff, but okay. Oh, recreation. Racing game. Maybe it's fun. Could be.
Hi, I'm Ethan, an animator at Digixar, and I'm here to give you a little insight into our next game, Tides of Tomorrow. After Road 96, the team came together around a central theme for our next project. We wanted to create a world that parallels some of the real-life environmental issues our planet is navigating.
Marketland seems a bit tense today. I heard something happened with another Tidewalker.
In Tides of Tomorrow, you'll head out on a journey to find a cure for a fatal disease before everything is lost.
It's gone. Someone beat us to it.
Asynchronous narration is our next step after the procedural story of Road 96. It supports the theme of protecting our planet, but every choice leaves a mark. Following the steps of a friend, a streamer, or a total stranger, and live the impacts of their decisions through your own story. And yes, you can also play solo thanks to our offline journeys available at launch.
Also, it's multiplayer also. Okay.
This feature is a new way of experiencing a story, where previous players can act in good or bad ways. And every experience will be shaped by previous player choices. And you, as you'll be impacting other players' journeys, what legacy will you leave behind?
Tidewalkers. Will you help us?
One more thing, here's an exclusive look at the new location in the game. This place is home to the Party of the Dead, where people come to dance until they die.
That one also looks like a cute game, which could be interesting to play. Another racing game.
Yeah, it's Breakfast too.
Hmm. Have you played
But
the
I
first
thought
one?
that was. No, I have not. But I knew a lot of people liked the first one.
It was fun. It was really fun.
But I thought that Breakfast 2 was already out. Maybe I was just imagining that
I
it's going
also
to be out.
thought it was out, but yeah, maybe it's still coming.
An early access. Okay.
The nice thing about
I
Wreckfest
like
is
that
destroying the
duct tape.
cars.
Yeah.
So it's okay, yeah, early access. So it is out, but in early access, obviously. Shut up and take my money. I know the game looks cheap, but I loved Sacred. Improved UI and high-res textures. Nice. I said, take my money.
Do you remember when you first met him?
Met. I can't say I ever met him. It's more like he burst in like a hurricane.
Oh, like last week when the roofs across the street got blown away?
I was certainly blown away. I remember thinking he was the first beautiful person I had ever seen in my life.
What? That old man?
Actually, he was in his early 30s then.
That's what I said. An old man.
Well, for an old man, he sure was full of life. And inventive. He had a lot of dreams. And it turned out I had dreams of my own. He got greedy. And I realized I needed to be greedy sometimes too. He could be cruel. And
Isn't it bad to be greedy?
he'd never shut up about that stupid treasure. He kept studying his maps, poring over his notes, over and over and over again.
What's wrong with treasures?
He may be an old man to you, but when he was blabbering on about treasure, I saw a boy.
What's wrong with boys?
Was I not a fool for believing a boy?
Maybe he was just gonna...
I said, was I not a fool for believing a boy?
I
One's
don't know,
angry.
Mom. I guess if the treasure...
Can't you hear what I am telling you? He dreamed of nonsense. He was greedy for nonsense. He was cruel because of nonsense. He filled my head with nonsense, and I believed in
sounds a little bit
nonsense.
dramatic.
And one day,
Yeah.
If you
I
don't
think
want...
it looks
one
like a
day he
rogue
will come back
like
and
game.
pay for everything. Do you understand me or not?
Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Mom, I'm sorry. You're right, Mom. You're right.
That mom is not very nice.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Okay? Okay, Mom? Mom?
I mean, a bit creepy. Oh yes. Titan Quest 2. That could be something for Zerb. Maybe for you, Doc. As a replacement for Diablo.
Maybe. I still have Path of Exile though, and we've Rising we played.
Oh,
but
yeah.
So many games.
This is Diablo 4.1. So Meg, you're going to buy it.
I believe that you can choose your path. When I came to town, I could have become anyone. A merchant, a priest, a blacksmith, or a thief. But I decided to uphold the law. The town flourished with culture and business. But not everyone played fair. In the most unlikely of situations, I fell in love. Over the years, I secured my succession. And my hard work paid off. But times were not always good. War and famine brought hardship. And hardship brought back my old enemy. I learned that politics is a dirty game, and even small crooks can become powerful. But I've always wanted justice.
Wait, that's real humans for that video.
Will you choose?
Alright. I haven't played the guild in a long time. Do you think it's AI?
Have you ever wondered why the formation of the barrier went out of control? I know the other mages haven't, but I'm not like the other mages. I see everything. And I see how the barrier affects all
That's a
living
Gothic
things
remake.
in this god's-forsaken colony. And every convict will eventually succumb to its influence. The old camp, with their pitiful illusion of order and safety. And yes, the so-called Brotherhood of the Sleeper, worshipping their mysterious god. They might be onto something. And the orcs. Well, you might dismiss their culture as primitive, but it would be prudent to study them carefully. Maybe the key to all of this lies buried deep under their sanctuaries. I cannot unravel these mysteries all alone. I need allies. Allies who look out for more than their own survival. Allies who accomplish things you might have considered impossible. Allies I will meet soon enough.
This looks very, very good as a remake. Yeah, Cameron, where's the pixelated graphics? I'm looking forward to the Gothic remake.
There you have pixelated graphics.
Oh well. Oh, Gothic classic. Oh, okay. Yeah. They're probably releasing a bundle. Oh, why not? I wouldn't know where my CDs are for Gothic. Oh, from Little Nightmares. The animal. Well, Kendra, I hope so too. Hope they fixed it. Would be a shame if not. Why is there a pig? By 10 passionate developers. Yeah.
Santu kakoran shippa. Sentu nema kun. Kitoma. Uchi kitoma. Labok. Solgo fan kurabakut. Tankre. Utakarun shoklitantifa. Zendakan maritoma. Tanku barakitan. Okro tuka koranchi. Falumak hokre oritoma. Takarun kal dokuchi washikotan. Utan ketoanshi. Utan veta kipa.
Okay.
You will be hunted. The White City for certain. The Council. And there will be others. You would wage this war alone?
No. Not alone.
The dark silence. Yep. For Teslov. I'm still not over that one.
that was an entrance, definitely.
It was an entrance, yes. I think that's it.
Is that it?
26 minutes?
Do you have like a favorite one where you're really like waiting for?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So
Yes,
first,
that sounds
first what?
interesting.
So first, what I noticed on the showcase, THQ Nordic seems to be concentrating more on the old style of games. You know, like it's been in the early 2000s and yeah, basically the early 2000s. Things you had with The Guild, Sacred, Gothic, Titan Quest, Darksiders, also Fate Keeper. And you have the racing games from back then, Wreckfest 2, for example. I mean, we had those kind of games back then. Need for Speed, Wreckfest. I mean, Wreckfest, I don't know, maybe came a bit later, but it was the time. The early 2000s was the time of such games, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that route. They do have a good mix with some more modern approaches. Tides of Tomorrow, for example, or the SpongeBob game. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
But to your question, the one I'm looking for the most, I want to play Gothic again and probably Sacred the most. I'm also excited
But
on
both
how
of them, but both of them are like a remaster.
they
So
are
using the
remakes,
old,
yes.
the old ones. So I'm wondering, as you said, why
From the new
they're
one, it would.
because yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just wondering because maybe you have an opinion on that. Why so many people are, so many publishers basically are remaking? Do they want to like ignite the flame again from the back in the day, or start new, or are maybe too afraid or too risky to try different paths or continue in a way otherwise?
It's difficult. It's difficult to say. I think there are multiple things to it. I think for once, it is difficult to come up with a story when you create a new game.
Yeah.
You basically have a studio and you need writers. You need skilled writers, like if you were creating a movie, to get a story together. And I could imagine there is some easy budget when it comes to remasters and remakes, and maybe, as you said, to ignite that flame, to get the older generation of gamers, the millennial generation of gamers, into their customers, make them their customers again.
Yeah, or what you might indicate as well, some old games we played, because we are also millennials, so yeah, we're getting old. But nevertheless, still, there are some games we played when we started which are not yet playable on modern hardware. So maybe that's also kind of way to maybe ignite like a nostalgic feeling. But what I somehow don't, yeah, it's like a mixture, because you need to pay for it again, maybe a little bit more
Yeah.
like you paid earlier, or don't get a discount if you just, if somehow it's possible you said, hey, I had that, or I have the disc at home, to get maybe a discount. That's something. But I also understand that the developers and the cost increased in many areas. So yeah, the tough question, or a tough topic in a way. I get it from some perspectives.
With PC video games, it's difficult, but I agree with you. Sometimes I think, hey, I've got Gothic somewhere lying around. I even got the original Commandos game on my shelf. Now, if I had to buy a remaster of it, I probably have to pay 20 euros again.
Minimum, maybe even more.
The minimum. Why? You know, I've got it here. You just give me a patch to just patch the old version and make it run. Maybe let me pay $4.99, 4 or 5 euros or something, so I can grab that patch. But I also get, if they do a full remaster, like the Gothic remake, that's not a remaster. That's really a remake. You could see it in the graphics and the sound design.
Yeah, true.
They redid basically everything.
Yeah,
Because
true.
the first Gothic game even had shitty controls, to be honest.
Maybe they did. I heard it from Diablo. If they did the remaster,
Yeah.
they even included the shitty controls somehow. But yeah, you're right, definitely. So the remastered we need to honor in specific ways that it's not an easy one to maybe remaster it and on modern hardware. But regarding the Gothic Classic in a way, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the Gothic Classic, it will depend on how much it costs. I'm always criticizing Nintendo for what they are doing. Like, if they are remastering a game for the new generation of consoles, they are asking for full price, like 60 to 70 euros. And I think that's just too much for a remaster.
Yeah. True. Or like a 3.5 on Mario Kart, where you have like, just due to the fact that it's a new console, you cannot play it on any other, just have it. Why can't you just grab the old one, for example, and
Yeah,
play
like
it?
on the Wii
At
U.
least for one generation. So.
On the Wii U, I had Mario Kart 8, and I had to buy Mario Kart 8 for the Switch.
Again,
So
yes. But maybe there are reasons
wasn't all
for that.
there.
But still, it's very, very interesting what they are putting in. What I find fascinating in any way, either showcase we are watching. I watched, by the way, the Battlefield 6 multiplayer release yesterday. And also I saw it here in the THQ showcase. The graphics, the visuals, and the sound is just amazing what they can do. And I'm very interested and somehow skeptical how it will really look either way. It looks good on a video or something, but if you play it, will it really be that smooth? And because there are some challenges.
I would watch out for. I would be careful with pre-orders on the new Battlefield.
Oh yes, definitely. Yes, absolutely.
People
But there's
on
an
Twitter
open beta. But
yeah, I think it's this weekend, right?
no, the next weekend. The
Next
early
weekend?
access one, if you pre-ordered, is next week, and then I think for everyone, starting 9th August or something. But yeah, still I like that they do an open beta so you can really test it. And I hope they do on many other games the same, because there were some, even though I'm not a fan of SpongeBob in this particular case, it reminded me on what was the name of it from Ubisoft? The blonde jump and run dude. What was his name? Damn it.
Rayman?
Yes, thank you. Exactly, Rayman. It reminded me, at least for all jump and runs are similar in a way.
It was a classical jump and run, which basically goes into what I said earlier. Some of the game developers, like THQ, seem to try to get the spirit of the old gaming days again. Which, like, I mean, the guild looks very interesting. I cannot say if it was real people or if it was AI. If it was AI, come on, guys. Do better. Nevertheless, the trailer was interesting, and I played the guild. It was a fun game. So I'm glad they're reviving it.
Yeah. Could it be that the game industry is also similar to the fashion area, where every like 20, 30 years something of the old days is coming back? So I have a feeling that they're doing with games as well, because just the market is saturated or in any way or bored, so they need old stuff, or the old stuff is being interesting again for the new generation, maybe. I don't know. So
I mean, what do you have nowadays? Live service games. I'm kind of getting fed up of live service games right now.
What is a live service game for you?
Live service games is a game which they try to keep alive by selling you cosmetics and things to
Ah,
grind
okay.
for, but without much value. Or like multiplayer games. I mean, Hunt Showdown is a live service game, obviously. What do
Oh,
you
yeah,
play
okay.
for? Basically, hopefully for fun. You play Hunt for fun. Sometimes. or for the next cool skin. The same with Fortnite, etc. And we've got so many games like these right now. And now even I
Sure.
think Ubisoft does it with Assassin's Creed Shadows. They're trying to introduce some transactions into the game. I don't get it.
Yeah, it feels also like they want to extend or prolong the game itself so much that it gets uninterested in a way, because as you said, only like cosmetics or specific things change. And I'm wondering, because what I liked about the old days, oh god, I sound like an old lady already.
Oh, we are old. Duck, we are
Yes,
old.
yes, we are old, but still, we don't need to brag about it all the time like a faggot in the old days. What I really liked, or what, on the other side, annoyed me with the new games was I like the multiplayer part, but you don't have a feeling of accomplishment, like finishing it. What I really loved about specific single player games, you start somewhere and you end, and then it's done. You're through. There's nothing else to go. Maybe a DLC where you can do specific things, but it's in a way finished. And with some multiplayer games, especially in the competitive ones, but that's also not their aim, basically, is repeating all the time. Like you never have a feeling of finishing it. Like, is there some checkbox I can check, like I'm done? I can replay it again, but it's not something also like Hunt where you're just finished. Or even the Division 2 did it. The Division 1 was kind of good. You had an ending in a way and then could just grind, but still it was finished. But with the Division 2, they did this open world, which is also interesting. But so many good games, no time. I'm not sure.
I completely agree with you. Yes, back in the old days when we were younger and we were playing games. No, what I enjoy about video games, without bragging about old days, what I enjoy about video games when they have a definite start and definite ending.
Yes.
Yes, you can add some open world, like so you can go left, you can go right, you can explore a little bit, but I want the game to finish at some point. I want to finish the game with an ending sequence, basically telling me, hey, you did it, this is the end of the story. And that gives me, because that gives me a good feeling, me personally.
An accomplishment, right?
An accomplishment, like
you
hey, I
did
finished
it.
this. Yes, I finished the story. That's an accomplishment for me, like a Steam achievement, a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's why people are hunting Steam achievements or trophies on PlayStation. Is it PlayStation with the trophies? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, PlayStation with the trophies. I don't know what Xbox is having.
I don't think Xbox has like that.
They do have something.
They do
but
they
I'm
do
not
have
sure
some
if they
achievements.
even
Yeah.
have. But yeah, as you said, it feels like a never-ending to-do list in a way. Like, oh, I have to do that. I have to do that. This and stuff. So, what is your opinion, Kevin? You just joined about. I'm not sure when you joined. If you had the chance to join the THQ Showcase with us, are there some games? Wait, let me just get my camera on a different side so you see all games. Is there a game which interests you? Where can I put my...
But I have to say, from the list of games I'm seeing, almost all of them would be a typical game with a definite ending. Titan Quest 2 obviously has the option for a lot of open world.
Sure. I like how you get my hint, because I was not planning on getting in that area, but as you just said it, it's exactly that way I wanted to go, actually, with the question. That all of them reminded, maybe it's also because they reminded me when we were talking about those games, that they have a definite ending. basically. And maybe it is the time. I'm not sure that the Sacred has as well something like, or is it like
Sacred-
Guild Wars, an open world, never stopping game?
No, Sacred has a story there, and you can usually finish. But yeah, the only things I think you can play over and over again, I mean, obviously Recreation and Wreckfest 2, racing games. Just play them over and over again. Typical racing games, which is fine.
True, they are good. Good. Yeah, for every situation or mood, I would say there is a game. Even though if you don't like racing games, sometimes it could be really chill or maybe enjoyable. Just like
Yeah.
hopping into playing some rounds and then go out and not having like to play 1 or 2 hours just to finish a hunt round, for example, or battlefield round, which takes approximately like 30 to 45 minutes. One round, it's not like I hop in 10 minutes or 5 minutes and I can hop out, which some of the racing games, also like Rocket League, are very good for just a quick regain of mind in a way.
Hunt is your weakness at the moment since 2 years.
I can
mean,
somehow agree. I can understand it in a way.
If I think back when it comes to multiplayer games, I mean, my typical online multiplayer game was Unreal Tournament.
Oh yeah, or when we started with Quake 3 back in the school days, when the first LAN computer clubs happened and the teachers didn't know what they need to do, and we programmed everything ready and could play like some Quake on the network.
The worst thing about LAN parties, which were privately organized in private, is to get the network together back then.
Oh yeah.
And then find the person who was running a DHCP server and destroying everything. And there was always one person who had that storage of, well, movies and games on his hard drive.
The old days were interesting.
Just as a backup, everyone. Just as a backup. You know, in case something happens to the original copy.
Yeah, true. Yeah, of course. And also, as Kevin is saying, even though Battle Royale is nothing unique, I think also Call of Duty started with it. But no, it was PUBG, I think, who started that whole genre in a way. But yeah, Hunt has some elements, and we were discussing or like rambling around what could be the issue. Like, there's nothing new, and especially like THQ seems to be going back to their roots and bring back the old classics and reanimate them or remaster them.
I'm curious about what they are saying here. There are 15 unannounced titles.
That is almost half of the ones they showed us.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is it mostly, maybe this is also just judging, but could it be other games they already released, or could there be some new ones? I'm not sure. Was there ever a SpongeBob movie, but or not a movie, a game, but regarding the jump and run? I think 20, 30 years. Yeah, they were really popular jump and run games.
Yeah.
On the consoles.
I think there was a SpongeBob game. I think it was really bad. Unreal Tournament was intense. Yeah, I loved it. I also loved
it was amazing.
Subsequent ones. Very sad that Epic Games went down the road to Fortnite and dumped Unreal Tournament. I do understand the position of the company, fully concentrating on Fortnite, but I'm still sad.
But it's not over yet. But maybe this is coming.
They tried to revive Unreal Tournament, but they did have some financial trouble over at Epic Games and decided to cancel the project and instead fully concentrate on Fortnite. What would be interesting, because it's the same engine, they could add an Unreal Tournament game mode to Fortnite. That
which
would be
also
an
could be
idea.
fun. Or maybe open something for the community or something. We can just like use mods or something and give it a go. I don't know. Duke
What
3D.
But what
Interesting.
Kevin earlier said, you're absolutely right. Battle Royale is nothing unique, but yes, Hunt Showdown did something right. They brought in, basically the horror genre, the Western horror genre, which no one else had before. So they did something unique in this case, and I think that's why they have so many loyal players still.
Exactly. I just wanted to say, like, the auditorial ones is also very good. Call of Duty and Battlefield were also good with auditorial things, where to guess where the enemy is coming from. But Hunt or Crytek put it to another level, where it's like really realistic in a way, and that's also, in addition to that, I would say something that's really catching. So it's possible, even if you don't see the people, but you can hear them or
You can hear
get
them,
scared,
yeah.
as you said, the horror genre in a way. Yeah.
That's why I so often say, hey, shut up, I'm trying to listen.
I can't hear a thing. Shut up.
Yeah, but that's a thing in Hunt. You can rely so much on audio and just wait for the enemy to come around the corner if you hear it.
But what I need to say, because I as I watched the Battlefield 6 yesterday, because Kevin was also referring to Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 5, Hunt is definitely auditorial next level, but what they brought back, and that's why I came to that conclusion, or maybe the guess in a way, or my hunch in a way, to call it what you want. They're also getting back to the Battlefield back in the days where it was destruction of environment, where Battlefield was amazing and could be getting amazing again. That is just their mastery, so to say.
I've got a problem with Battlefield. I've never played
Okay.
any of the new Battlefield games. My only Battlefield I played was the very first one. That was Battlefield 1942.
1942, yeah.
Yes. With and I loved the Pirates mod, I'll tell you. I loved that Pirates mod.
I wonder why you like Sea of Thieves so much. I get a feeling why.
I mean, it was funny. It was funny back then. Modding was so easy back then, honestly.
True.
Because the
And
games
due
were
to security restriction, it's not that easy anymore. And I also get it, because it's not, you can take a little advantage, especially in a multiplayer game. That's difficult, but nevertheless.
But nevertheless, with the Pirates mod, you can just jump into a barrel, swim along in the barrel over the sea, approach someone and just explode.
Oh, nice.
Which is just super weird. And you had ships and everything.
Yeah, I'm curious. Maybe you have, because you are going soon to the Gamescom. So I'm wondering what insights or experience or you get from there, in what direction games are going to. Because I think, as you said earlier, it's also difficult for new games to come into the market, because there are so many of it to get attention in a specific way. And there's so many games you can just play all the time. I'm very interested if they are going also the road back to maybe do some remaster or concentrate on some what they made of the game so famous, or if they just go another direction, because there has nothing specifically new. Like Battle Royale was in some way years ago something new.
So sadly, I'm not allowed to talk about what I'm going to see. I've got a full schedule, but I'll be allowed to talk afterwards.
Yeah, I was referring to the afterwards one, not now. I don't want to bring it into any trouble.
What I'm feeling is right now is there's a tendency of gaming belonging more and more to indie studios. Recently, we have smaller indie studios releasing such good games with limited budget. I mean, okay, Baldur's Gate 3, they basically had money. They had money due to the title, but Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't a big team. That's not a big studio. And they released such a high quality of the game where even bigger AAA publishers said, hey guys, you can't do that. You can't release games that good. It makes us look bad. Which was super funny, that reaction. And now Exhibition 33, also a French team, a very small team, very limited budget, and a great game, just a great game. And I hope the direction goes, I hope gaming goes into that direction, that qualified and skilled people are just thriving and trying to be creative to create new games. The big publishers, I don't want to shit talk about anyone, but they are trying to warm up the old IPs over and over again. And my problem with that is they're not trying to keep the spirit these old IPs had. No, they try to implement newer aspects which the real fan base of these games do not like life service. And honestly, you don't need life service in an Anno game or in The Settlers. Just please don't do it. These are two IPs where this type doesn't belong.
True, maybe it's also in the direction of maybe something I feel is a little bit like in the IT industry regarding when open source came up, just having new ideas and something, so you have something fresh in it and just enable the people and get there.
So many games in the spirit of old people. In the past, you had one or two games and grinded it through, and it never felt old.
So true.
Did we have less games in the past? Possible. I think it's possible that we had less games.
It's possible, especially if you count in that we didn't have that much money because we were not working, because we were in school or maybe in an apprenticeship or something and didn't have much money when we had the time to maybe play them games.
I mean, to be fair, games were also expensive back then.
Yes.
But we didn't have to pay it because we asked our parents usually.
Yes, or you had some magazines called like Computer Spiele where you could sometimes just get
GameStar,
games.
PC games, yes.
What shall we do with the Flying Dutchman? What shall we do with the Flying Dutchman? What shall we do with the Flying Dutchman? I'm David Hasselhoff.
Hooray!
To save Bikini Bottom.
I believe in you, Patrick.
Thanks, SpongeBob. There once was a king who ruled the sea and a ghostly pirate, mean and green. Their magic flashed and ghosts unleashed across Bikini Bottom. Soon may King Neptune come to rid the seas of pirate scum. Soon may the Dutchman come to haunt Bikini Bottom. I'm one of those magic lantern thingies. Along came a hero, pours and swear, who takes the Dutchman to his lair. King Neptune yelled, by my own beard I rule Bikini Bottom. Soon may the BFFs come to burrow, kick and jump and run. Soon may SpongeBob come to save Bikini Bottom. What just happened?
It's our BFF rings. We can swap anytime we want. It's like a gift from the gods.
Here I go! Be wary of the Dutchman, wary of the mighty king, wary of their spouse, beware of king and ghost, be wary of the Dutchman, wary of the mighty king, wary of these old geezers. Beware of king and ghost.
So
Well,
yeah.
well. So there you have it.
There you have it. That's the ghostly edition. You can get a golden spatula keychain. Apparently, if you pre-order. There's a season's pass, obviously, and a costume pack. And
Of
yeah.
course.
So what I was asking myself right now, did you read all the news about Visa and MasterCard restricting what shops are allowed to sell in terms of video games? So they do have new rules, and I think it all started with a group called Collective Shout or something, and they pressured.
No, I did not get it. Yeah.
They pressured Visa and MasterCard to do something about our poor kids. So Visa and MasterCard approached platforms like, I think it was itch.io and Steam to delist certain games out of the stores. Everything, in this case, mostly hentai and porn-based games.
Okay.
And now UK started with many platforms to require age verification. And now my thoughts are going, I mean, SpongeBob is not the very light children compatible material. I mean, depending on how old my child is, I wouldn't let him watch SpongeBob, to be honest. Maybe when they get a little bit older.
Yeah.
I wonder if they are going to have a go at things like Sponge. They're going to tilt completely. Highlight, that's true. Oh yeah, the age verification. So there's the photo mode in Death Stranding 2, and they are using a combination of Norman Reedus base and gear from Death Stranding 2 and a camera to bypass the age verification in the UK so people can access their porn sites again, etc.
Oh, because the quality of the game,
The quality of the game is so good.
Real. Okay, that
It's so
okay,
realistic.
the verification gets okay. Wow, yeah, it's getting more. Even though also with AI, it's getting more and more easy in a way, which is good. Easy is not particularly bad, in a way.
No, but it's worrying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also a statement that age verification is useless. True.
True. The thing is, the age verification system doesn't eliminate any of the bad content out of the internet. The content is still there, just behind age verification. And if you have a little bit of knowledge about computers or a smartphone or an iPhone, you can still access that kind of stuff, and people will still be creating that kind of stuff.
And are creative to find ways to.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't want to go down a political road here.
The funny thing is, I'm currently listening to an audiobook where they also they refer to the beginning of PayPal, where they also had discussions with credit card vendors like MasterCard and Visa, and it was just like a feedback loop regarding or a history road why they didn't have problems with them, because it was not a competitor in a way. They on the other side helped them gain more customers the way they did it. So it's interesting, yeah, how it's changing or what is coming.
Yeah, the situation is definitely interesting. I'm worried where this is going to, because now it will mainly affect social media platforms, obviously porn sites, and other things where you wouldn't want to have children on. The problem is, what I see, it could expand or spread out very quickly to things you wouldn't expect, and that's where gaming is coming in. I would say, for example, games like Wolfenstein. Obviously, these are games for adults, not for children. But if, let's say, a 15-year-old kid has access to the Steam library of his dad or his mom, they're a fan of Wolfenstein, they could just play it. That's the next.
Shown the current system is very easy to beat. Yes, either or you have the problem. If it's not easy to break, it's not even working to play the game, which they did back in the days with. Was it DMR they put on the discs? Which didn't, which happened to be, even if you have legally bought the game, you couldn't play it because that thing was.
Yeah, digital rights management when it came up.
DMR, DRM, sorry. Not
DRM,
DMR.
yeah, the digital rights management.
DMR is a sniper rifle. Sorry.
when they tried to eliminate, illegal copies of video games, the problem was at some point they shut down the license servers, and so many copies of games were dead. Or they used copy protection systems which really influenced your hardware on the computer. Denuvo, for example. Yeah, eating up all your resources. Denuvo was one of the worst ones. But what High Life says is a good point. The age verification systems, at the moment, it's third-party platforms verifying your ID card, your legal documents, storing the data somewhere. That's a security nightmare. Don't give any bigger company your ID card.
And it's very hard to get it back again, or like remove it somewhere. Even if they say it's easy, it's not that easy, actually.
I'm just worried if there's a data leak.
Yeah, absolutely. As also like High Life is saying, it's not a when, not if, but when, and that's the question.
Yep. I mean,
it will happen definitely. So.
For Facebook, for example, it would not be the first time a data leak happens. And the worst thing at Facebook is they're always trying to cover it up when it happens. So you won't even know that your data is out there in the wild.
That's true. But when I just see your stream regarding the special ones you can get from the game, I was wondering what your opinion and the chat's opinion is on the special editions where you can get like physical things. Yeah, well, maybe not a keychain. We can throw keychains at each other because we have so many keychains from something. But maybe like those figures or something specifically, which you could just like, as a collection, put it in there. What is your opinion? Would you buy a game which offers this? Or is that something which we encountered back in the days when we did not have in-game something transactions?
You mean if you can get a collector's edition with physical items?
Yes. What is your opinion on those? Would that be beneficial to buy it then, if it's a good one? Or is that something where I say, no, I only want to play the game, I don't want to have any additional stuff?
To your question.
Is it a new Civilization 5? Oh, okay.
Civilization 7 Collector's Edition.
Oh, 7, sorry. I only saw the 5.
No.
And it was nice when they had it with specific figures from specific games.
I'm a fan of physical copies of video games because physical copies can't be taken from me. I can play them in 10 years as long as the software is compatible, obviously. But see my retro streams, I build up a retro computer to play my old video games. It's definitely possible. No, but physical games can't be taken from you. I've got serious stomach ache with any digital distribution of video games. I even have a stomach ache when it comes to Steam. when it comes to add-ons, I kind of like add-ons. It really depends on how much they cost. Obviously, I wouldn't buy the Ghostly edition of SpongeBob, but that's mainly because I don't like SpongeBob. But I think
But maybe there's a collective for SpongeBob.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
there's a collector for SpongeBob who likes these and enjoys these. What I do miss with physical games is a booklet. Remember the booklets which give you a short introduction to a video game? Like, hey, these are the controls you can use.
Yeah, or like a little bit of backstory, like how it was created or how it's meant to be, or something you only get if you bought the physical copy and not the digital one.
Yeah. And I'm still waiting for the promise, basically to happen that video games get cheaper when there's no physical edition. I'm still waiting for that one.
Completely different situation is happening.
Time Escape's
Because of
having
all
a
the
reasonable
storage
audio
and stuff, cloud stuff is expensive, so you need to pay additionally subscriptions. Yeah.
The reason why I also have stomachache with platforms like Steam, I mean, Steam currently has cool people sitting at the headquarters. I think they're from the business they're doing, they're doing something decent. The problem is that could change. That could change anytime. They could all of a sudden start to revoke your access to games. They could do all that. The terms of services already describes it, that you have a digital usage license which could be revoked at any time.
It's
So
like,
you
like
have the
renting.
option.
You also get kicked out of an apartment,
renting, yeah.
basically. Yeah.
That's basically the discussion people have, and people are mad at Ubisoft. You need to get used to not owning your games. And as much I have a problem with saying this, Ubisoft is not totally wrong. We are sadly not owning our games anymore. But until now, nothing bad happened yet. Luckily. Luckily. But it could come at some.
But I'm wondering if I want to have everything of a digital a physical copy, because you also need the storage and stuff to get, and there would be so much. So maybe for some particular reason or games it's good for renting and don't pack up everything. You need a specific storage. Maybe imagine having like a basement just full of games, which would be nice in a way, but having a basement just with physical copies you played or owned in a way.
My attic, I need a shelf for video game. Thanks for the idea.
You wanted to do a bar in there and a pool table, so
why not video games too? But High Life, you're absolutely right.
an arcade.
Sometimes even buying a physical media doesn't really mean you own it. Nintendo is doing it right now. You buy something that looks like a cartridge, but it's only a key cartridge. You put it into your Switch 2 and you have to download the game. And as soon as they shut down the shop in, I don't know,
the service,
let's say 20.
Yeah.
Let's say they shut it down in 20 years. You have a useless key card in your hands.
Crazy.
Just
and also
shitty.
what High Life was saying about the audio stuff. That's also something very annoying.
Yeah. I saw that.
Stop killing games. Yeah. They have feelings too,
Stop Killing Games is an initiative, and they are right. They need an exit. So publishers need an exit strategy. What happens when they are shutting down the service? I want to be playing a game afterwards, or at least before buying. I want to know until when, more or less, I can play this game. So that I know it's worth even investing time in.
Yeah, and money into it. Was that the discussion which came up with Project Cars or something, where they said, "Oh no, so not so many people are playing it. We are revoking it in a way." Wasn't that a few years? Was it a few years ago? I don't have any time. When you get old, right? You don't have a feeling of time anymore. When was it?
What
But
was
yeah.
that game from Sony which they shut down after
Was that
2
also a
weeks?
Sony game? I don't know. I only remember the whole
Concord. That was, I
busting
think it was Concord.
of Project Cars. I think was it even Project Cars 2 or something?
Yeah,
Concord.
Concord.
Not the
They,
airplane.
you
You were an
were an
owner.
owner.
Oh.
I feel sorry, High Life. Was
What
it?
exactly was Concord?
Wasn't it like a shooter, like a battle royale shooter, High Life?
Yeah, it looks a little bit like also in a way. Don't kill me for that. Like Overwatch or like those.
I think it
things, or
looked a little bit like
Fortnite.
Overwatch.
But what I first thought when we saw in the showcase the recreation, I thought there's a continuation of Wreckfest in a way. But it seems that's something different, right? It's just like the similarity of the name.
I've got the feeling they are connected. Sadly, they
So
didn't
they
explain
make
that.
it
They showed only the trailer, but
that you can do customs in a way, like the creation is in there basically. So I'm imagining the word into this. I see a creation here. What is happening? Don't know.
so in Recreation, you can create a race and wreck alone with your friends in a huge customizable racing sandbox.
Which could be really interesting.
I have to go a little bit back to what High Life said about what was it about the volume?
Well,
is
the
it
audio, yeah.
Is it considered a hot take to please ask every studio not to start your game with 100% volume? I always
A
have the
mute
feeling
button. Would
I
it
have the
be
feeling they are
wouldn't it be
blowing out
nice?
my ears.
Yeah. Yes.
Or the
Especially
splash
when you what? Sorry.
or the splash screen just kills my speakers or something. With
Yeah.
some weird sound or so.
When we were playing games back in the days in the night, and then just the audio cracked everything in your headphones and still was so loud. It was like, be quiet. But yeah, a mute button would be nice, or something like a checkbox for properties. Start game in mute mode, at least to start it initially to adjust your audio settings. That would be kind of nice.
I can't remember which game it was. It was a few months ago. I started up the game, and it did exactly this. It didn't say anything. It didn't show any logo, no titles, no video sequence. It just brought up the settings, asked me, "How do you want my audio settings and my video?
That sounds amazing.
Do I need any accessibility options, etc., etc.?" Then I hit apply, and then you got the trailer, the intro, and everything. And I thought that was great.
That's amazing.
Just let me set up the game first to prevent any damage on my hearing. What were your thoughts about Tides of?
Oh, was Tides of Tomorrow the one where you had like in this multiplayer area? Seeing the future with the real environment and stuff.
Yeah.
It looked interesting, like also a detective game in a way. We could just follow or do not follow anything. But what I did not get totally what the game is actually about. Because it looked like you also are running away from something or exploring specific things, but what is your goal basically, or is there even one, they said, and I did not pay attention to, which could have happened. There was so much happening.
Yeah, there was. I didn't really get the trailer. It looked interesting, also from the art style.
It reminded at first when we were running the boat or like shipping on the boat. It somehow reminded me on the game you once played with the train in the space, you know, where you just collected stuff. Oehrchen. Yeah, exactly. That's what it reminded me first few seconds. But I'm not sure if that was intended.
It has something a little bit from a modern water world, but multiplayer story. Also a multiplayer story where people influence the environment for you.
So an eco and modern or what?
That could be interesting.
That you need to find maybe a solution for something.
So I think that was the game trailer which basically gave me the least information.
That's also something that's new, right? We were talking about many games are known or at least recreated in a way. There, Tides of Tomorrow is a brand new narrative adventure game where you will be making choices to survive the perils of the troubled ocean planet Elund.
I'm just looking at the trailer of the guild. I'm really curious. I don't think that's AI. I think that was real actors in the trailer.
At least the actors should be. The surrounding and the environment could be AI created.
Could be CGI.
That they
and
just
AI,
did it in a green room or something, which could have been cheaper than actually rebuilding the set.
Or they just went to a medieval fair to make a few recordings.
I first thought it's like a movie or something.
This could be interesting. The guild. I think that's one I'm going to play.
If I understood the Tides of Tomorrow, the little article here correct, just flying over, it seems like you're having in your single player game or the game you are playing, you affect other players in their storyline, which could be interesting because you cannot predict what is happening. So at some point, normally in story games, you know what is happening and you can just adjust left or right, for example. But if other players are not actively like influencing you, but just with their actions have a negative influence on you, where you need to then decide what can I do now, how do I do it, could be interesting and challenging in a way.
The only thing I see is it could die if people lose interest. I mean, the game principle could quickly die if people lose interest. Because
if it's too hard in any way, yeah.
If other players influence the game for others to drive the story. There was another multiplayer game which which had a similar concept. Defiance. Do you remember Defiance?
Oh, just like roughly.
It was a TV show. It was a TV show and it was a video game, and they should influence each other. For example, what the players do in the video game should influence the continuation of the TV show and vice versa. The problem is people lost interest very quickly in the game, so this whole concept just died.
I just found the news from this year's March. It's official. Defiance is coming back. Okay.
What?
Yeah, it's just because I was looking up, like I need a picture to remember my brain or what it was like, or if I just saw it. It also looked a little bit like XCOM in a way. Yeah, but it seems Defiance is back in 2025.
I'm confused. I'm confusion.
Yeah, 4 years after
closing it down.
After closing, yeah, quitting it. Yeah, so we're coming all the time back, like, ja, totgeglaubte Leben länger, hätte ich fast gesagt, aber like, some things are coming back. It seems like a lot of nostalgia or something similar to that is coming. We will see. As said, I'm curious what you can tell, what you experienced in the Gamescom, for example, and what is it, September or October? Isn't there the Tokyo Game Show as well? Is there what is left? So we have like the E3 we discussed. I
think the E3 is gone.
Is gone. So we have like the Gamescom in Germany, the Tokyo Game Show. Is there something else? Is it like in PAX sometimes there's games?
So PAX for PAX you have from what I understood, people might correct me. Is mainly video games, and they have the PAX East, the PAX West, and the PAX Australia, and also Gamescom expanded. Gamescom also has the Gamescom Asia and the Gamescom Latin America.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so there are still some
Yeah.
conventions for games,
There,
so to say.
there are still many conventions, and maybe that's why the E3 gave up. Even though I thought the E3 were more or less the monster when it comes to.
I was also I
Game.
thought so too. Like the like if you need to announce something or somewhere,
You go to E3.
You go to E3. Yes, yes. That was also my guess, or like the impression they had on me.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how when it started, how old they were, or if it just went too expensive, also regarding COVID and stuff. So not sure yet. Let's research
So
that.
I've got an article here, and if I read that correctly, it's basically that more or less COVID broke the neck.
Okay. Yeah, they started 1995. That's a long time. And 2023.
So it's a combination of multiple things. Big publishers like PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, they had, by the time they had their big promotion events online, for example, the State of Play or the Nintendo Direct, then you had COVID coming in, and that basically them.
Which is in a way interesting, because in COVID so many people had time because they were at home and started playing games, and console games, PC games, mobile games and such. So you would, or you could normally assume that especially then something like this would be very popular, but maybe due to the fact that they were so central in a way, like in America, like physically and not on the digital level, you know, if they just made a E3 virtual event in a way, which would have also been maybe possible.
CES is coming up now to
oh
kind of
yeah,
fill
true.
the void.
CES is also.
CES is there.
But wasn't CES?
CES is also old. Also an old player.
True. But wasn't the CES also, or originates from graphics or like modern digital something, and not specifically games? Or am I just
It's a consumer electronics show. So basically everything what's with consumer electronics. So there's a good movie where they're featuring the CES. It's the movie Tetris. It's on Apple TV. Not sponsored, by the way, but it's a very good movie. I can highly recommend watching that one. And Gamescom also nearly broke during COVID.
Okay. Yeah, I could imagine. That's crazy. That is indeed very crazy. So should we check and find someone to raid maybe? Because
I would say
it's
so.
almost like 11.
It's almost 11. I think.
And we are old people. We need to go to bed.
Yes, we discussed that earlier. Oh, we are very old. No, I think we had plenty to discuss today. I had a lot of fun. By the way.
Me too. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. It was definitely fun.
We should repeat that. So first of all, thank you to you and Kenron to play Hunt in the first place.
Thank you, Kenron, as well.
And Doug, thank you so much for the wonderful chat this afternoon.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it?
Loved it. Really loved it.
Enjoyed it very. Yeah, it was the second time we did something like that.
Yeah.
So we definitely should do something similar, or like coming from one topic to the other. Maybe we should think about something.
Maybe a gaming update once a month. What's happening in gaming?
We can check, or just like what's happening. Yeah. So why not?
And for all the viewers who are still here and have not fallen asleep yet, have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, enjoy it. Stay healthy.
Try to sleep.
Yeah.
And take care of yourself.
Do sleep a lot. Drink a lot. If it's hot or even cold, never mind. take care of yourself, and we see each other soon, probably.
Bye.
Goodbye.